Hey guys, it's Andrew Malkoski, and I'm hanging out here again with Carlos Banuelos from Mobile Office Strategy. And we were just talking a little bit about saving time, and the biggest thing that you hit on is automation,
Correct.
data automation.
Yep.
And so, just so everybody understands your expertise here, you've been doing data automation for how long?
Let's just put it this way. I lied in high school to get a job with Commodore computers.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been a while. 1985 is when I got into the tech world, and the medium obviously was a big desktop computer that I
Yeah.
played with all day long. And that's changed, but the same thing, the same story has not.
Okay.
In 85, I was talking to clients about automating off of that Google Sheet, off of that paper, right? They were jumping into Word documents and trying to make it all work. That's fine. That was fine and dandy for the 80s and the 90s.
Okay.
It's no longer that time frame now. Now we have AI. Now we have automations. You have project management solution suites that do everything in one system.
Right.
And yet I still hear people telling me that, oh yeah, check out my Google Sheet for my leads. What?
Yeah. So when we talk about this automation, give me some examples of recent solutions you've been able to help clients with when it comes to automating things for them.
One of the just recently, really simple one was a client that had a Photoshop, a photo booth software solution. Very basic. It took in his leads. He got scheduling appointments off of his website, and then it was there. It was in the system. He had no way of figuring it out when he was actually booked. It wasn't synced with his invoicing system. And so what we did is went in, changed their scheduling system a little bit, tweaked it, and added a new invoice system. So now when they book automatically online, he sees that detail in his invoicing system. It's now billed out. He gets paid instantly. And it shows on his calendar that it's been paid and that he's now got a new booking for this Saturday. He never had that information, but it's all now synced together for one quick, easy solution. And that's something very simple.
And how much time do you think that you saved this one individual in a week?
For him, it was about 4 to 5 hours because he was dealing with trying to figure out where the schedule was and who was on the schedule. At least half an hour to an hour each day.
But 5 hours in a week, when it comes to, I mean, if we're talking about a 40-hour work week, right? Yep. 5 hours is more than half of a day.
Right.
Right. So think about the productivity you get back with 5 hours in a week.
And that's just a very simple automation.
Yeah.
When I get into some of the bigger projects where we've got 60, 150 employees, and you compound that for an hour each employee, let's look at the dollar amount of saving on 50 employees hours time.
That's insane.
Right.
So especially if we're actually getting productivity out of somebody from
that. You're able to send them to a different job faster. You're able to have them do some sales or maybe do an email campaign, something that actually brings in more funds opposed to just sitting there in a truck waiting for, the next work order to come through the system.
That's incredible. One of the things that you had also mentioned is AI. Mm-hmm. What is the new role that AI is playing in these automated systems?
That's huge. So we do a little bit of everything, but we focus on AI automation for incoming and outgoing call center. So you don't have to hire that admin assistant just to answer the phone.
Sure.
Right? Let's look at the low end of that, $20K a year. Right? That's how much it costs to have just somebody answer a phone. Now that does it automatically. And to also route that to the correct place. Hey, you now have an instant calendar booking. You have somebody on the sales department that it's been routed to. Maybe it was an engineer problem that needed a new proposal. All those go directly to the correct person instead of sitting there getting bounced around on a sticky note sheet to hopefully get to the right person eventually. So again, even internally saving that time of getting that information to the right person is almost instantaneous.
That's cool. So and what about like inter-application communication? You've got 3 different separate applications that don't normally talk to each other, and we can set up AI to do this.
AI will be the conduit and is the conduit for a lot of different systems. So we do our regular digital automation and then AI, enhanced automations. But I also like to talk about the fact that we partnered with one of the largest and oldest AI companies that's been doing this for about 16 years.
Interesting.
Most people didn't even know AI existed back then.
Sure.
So they've got the market share. Everything that you think of that you use or touch on your phone, on your computer, is all incorporated in one. So if I get the information from this AI call center and it goes into my CRM, the CRM will now say, hey, John actually works for ABC company. Let's group that together. So your CRM is now getting smarter because of the information. But hey, John and Jill both work for ABC company. We need to set up an appointment on our sales call, our quarterly sales call, to invite both of those. So now it'll add that to your calendar automatically, but they join together. In an old system, John and Jill would never be connected because it doesn't know. You have to manually sit there and tell it that John and Jill both work for the same company.
Gotcha.
So those are the kind of little things that, again, save you that 30 seconds, save you that minute here and there.
Yeah.
And start putting together systems that normally you don't think of being connected, like your social media. Do you think of your LinkedIn and Facebook as the same entity when you're thinking about leads? No, they should be separate. So an AI lead system will sit there and look at Facebook and go, hey, this is more of a fun, outgoing, gregarious type of post that we should do for Facebook. Whereas, hey, we're going to do a post same day, same time, everything. But on LinkedIn, we don't want it to be fun. We want it to be serious. We want it to be something that applies to what the business world is looking at today. So although AI will post same time, same exact minute, the two posts will be completely different.
Interesting.
Right? So again, it's about understanding AI isn't the answer for everything because there's got to be a human behind it to tell it what to do and teach it all these things. And so the open format of what ChatGPT does, this is on DeepSeek, it really just sits there and takes all the information that's on the internet and says, hey, I think this is the best answer. Opposed to the systems we use, it's going to use its own LLM, language learning model, of your company so that it will never go outside of the scope of what you do as a company.
Interesting.
Right? Again, this is why.
So really, it's what you're feeding it your company so it understands your company and understands what it needs to do to help
your culture, your brand, your strategy, your intent.
Yeah.
Right. ChatGPT, DeepSeek don't bring that type of level of AI knowledge.
Gotcha.
To most business processes. So.
Interesting. Well, thank you for talking to us a little bit about automation. I mean, I know this is a topic that you're very passionate about.
I could go on for days.
I'm sure. Well, I appreciate you talking with us today. Obviously, if you have a company, big or small, I mean, if you're a one-person show, if you're hundreds of employees and you need help with this, Carlos is the guy to help. Thanks a whole lot. Appreciate you being here.
Thanks for the time.